The year is 1945. World War II has just ended. The Allied forces have emerged victorious, and the American manufacturing machine, which had been churning out tanks, planes, and military vehicles at an unprecedented rate, suddenly needs a new purpose. Among the countless pieces of machinery that helped win the war was a humble, yet utterly indestructible, 3/4-ton truck known as the Dodge Weapons Carrier, or the WC series. These trucks were the unsung heroes of the battlefields. They hauled ammunition through the mud of Normandy, transported troops across the deserts of North Africa, and served as mobile command posts in the dense forests of the Pacific Theater. They were simple, rugged, and virtually unstoppable. They featured solid front and rear axles, four-wheel drive that was revolutionary for the time, and a flathead six-cylinder engine that produced just enough power to get the job done, no matter the terrain. When the soldiers returned home, they didn't want to leave that capability behind. They wanted a truck that could handle the harsh conditions of the American frontier, the muddy farms, the snow-covered logging trails, and the Rocky Mountain passes. Dodge listened. In 1945, they took the bones of that legendary military vehicle and created the first civilian power wagon. It was officially designated as the Dodge Model WDX. This was the birth of an icon. The Power Wagon wasn't just a truck, it was a mobile power station. It featured a power takeoff system that could run external equipment like water pumps, sawmills, and winches. It had a top speed of just 55 miles per hour, but it could crawl over boulders that would swallow lesser vehicles. It was the truck that built post-war America. It built the interstate highways, the logging roads, and the oil fields. For 25 years, from 1945 to 1980, the Power Wagon remained largely unchanged. It was a vehicle that prioritized function over form, durability over comfort. But by 1980, emissions regulations and changing consumer tastes forced Dodge to retire the nameplate. The Power Wagon vanished, becoming a ghost of automotive history, a legend whispered around campfires and in garages. For a quarter of a century, the Power Wagon sat on the shelf. The automotive world moved on. SUVs became the dominant off-road vehicles, and full-size trucks became more focused on luxury and towing rather than extreme rock crawling. But the memory of that rugged, go-anywhere truck never faded. Fans held on to their vintage models, restoring them and keeping the spirit alive. The forums buzzed with discussions about the glory days. Then, in 2005, everything changed. Ram Truck, which had split from Dodge, decided to resurrect the legend. They introduced the modern Power Wagon as an off-road variant of the Ram 2500 Heavy Duty. It was a risky move. The market was saturated with luxury trucks, but Ram bet on the purists. The 2005 Power Wagon came out of the gates swinging with a 5.7-liter Hemi V8, front and rear locking differentials, a disconnecting sway bar, and, most famously, a factory-installed worn winch mounted in the front bumper. The return of the Power Wagon was a watershed moment for the off-road community. Suddenly, you could buy a factory-built rock crawler that was also a legitimate heavy-duty work truck. Over the next 2 decades, the Power Wagon evolved. The Hemi grew to 6.4 liters, producing 405 horsepower and 429 pound-feet of torque. The suspension was refined, the axles were strengthened, and the technology improved. But there was always a catch. There was always a compromise. The truck was brilliant, but it was thirsty, and it lacked the low-end grunt that diesel fans craved. For 21 years, from 2005 to 2026, the Power Wagon existed in a state of near perfection, but with one glaring wound that never healed. It was the elephant in the room at every auto show, the subject of every heated forum debate, and the question that Ram engineers dreaded answering. When are you going to put a Cummins diesel in the Power Wagon? The answer was always the same, and it was always frustratingly technical. The factory-installed worn winch. You see, the 12,000-pound worn winch was a massive selling point for the Power Wagon. It was mounted directly in the center of the front bumper, sitting right in front of the radiator and intercooler. It looked tough, it was practical, and it saved owners thousands of dollars on aftermarket installations. However, the diesel engine, specifically the 6.7-liter Cummins, produces an immense amount of heat. The turbocharger, the exhaust manifold, and the high-pressure common rail fuel system all generate temperatures that require massive cooling capacity. The intercooler, the radiator, and the transmission cooler all need unimpeded airflow to function effectively. The winch, with its massive steel cable drum and electric motor, acted as a wall, blocking the air that the diesel desperately needed to breathe. Ram's engineers tried for years to find a workaround. They explored moving the winch to a different location, perhaps higher up in the grille or under the bumper. They considered using a smaller, more compact winch. They even looked at electric cooling fans that could pull air from elsewhere. But every solution came with compromises. Moving the winch compromised the approach angle. Making it smaller compromised its pulling capacity. The math simply didn't work. So, Ram made a strategic decision. They would offer the diesel engine in the Ram 2500 heavy duty, but only in the standard models like the Tradesman, the Bighorn, and the Laramie. The Power Wagon would remain gas-powered. This decision frustrated a massive segment of the off-road community. Overlanders, in particular, were heartbroken. Overlanding is all about going deep into the wilderness for days or weeks at a time. It requires massive fuel range, and the Hemi V8 was notoriously thirsty, often delivering single-digit fuel economy when loaded down with gear. The diesel, with its superior efficiency, could have doubled the range, but it was simply unavailable. The forum posts continued for years. Bloggers wrote endless articles titled, "Why the Power Wagon Needs a Diesel," and "Ram is Leaving Money on the Table." YouTubers made speculative videos, photoshopping Cummins badges onto Power Wagons and dreaming about hypothetical drivetrains. The demand was undeniable. The frustration was palpable. Then, in late 2025, the rumblings started. Industry insiders began whispering that Ram was testing a diesel-powered Power Wagon prototype in the mountains of Colorado. Spy photographers captured heavily camouflaged trucks with intercoolers visible through the grille. The speculation reached a fever pitch. Would they actually do it? Would they finally kill the sacred cow of the factory winch to make room for the diesel? At the 2026 Chicago Auto Show, Ram made it official. The 2027 Ram Power Wagon would be available with the 6.7-liter Cummins High-Output Turbo Diesel. The winch would be deleted. The fans were divided. There was euphoria, but there was also outrage. The winch was a symbol. But in the end, the promise of 1,075 pound-feet of torque won the argument. The diesel had arrived. Let us now direct our attention to the mechanical masterpiece that resides beneath the sport performance hood of the 2027 Power Wagon. This is not just any diesel engine. This is the 6.7-liter Cummins High-Output Inline-6, and it represents the pinnacle of American diesel engineering. Cummins has been building diesel engines since 1919. They powered the submarines, the tanks, and the trucks that won the Second World War. Their reputation for reliability and durability is legendary. The 6.7-liter B-Series engine, in particular, has been the gold standard for medium-duty and heavy-duty trucks for decades. It is an inline-6 configuration, meaning all 6 cylinders are arranged in a single, straight row. This design is inherently balanced. Unlike a V8, which requires counterweights to offset the shaking forces of opposing cylinders, the inline-6 produces a natural harmonic balance. This means the engine runs smoother, with fewer vibrations, even at low RPMs. It also means the engine is physically longer, which created the packaging challenges that Ram's engineers had to solve. Let's break down the numbers. 430 horsepower. That is a healthy increase over the Hemi's 405. But the real story is the torque. 1,075 pound-feet. To put that into context, that is enough twisting force to shear the lug nuts off a commercial truck. That is more torque than you will find in most hypercars. That is torque that can pull a fully loaded semi-trailer up a mountain pass without breaking a sweat. But numbers on a page don't tell the whole story. The magic of this engine lies in its torque curve. Peak torque is achieved at just 1,800 revolutions per minute. This is crucial for off-road driving. When you are crawling over rocks, you don't want to be revving the engine to 4,000 revolutions per minute. You want the engine to lug smoothly, delivering power without sudden bursts that could break traction. With the Cummins, you can literally let the clutch out, or ease off the brake, and the engine will pull the truck over obstacles at idle. It is a tractor engine in a luxury truck. The high-output version of this engine features a variable geometry turbocharger. This means the vanes inside the turbine housing can adjust their angle based on engine speed and load. At low RPMs, the vanes close, increasing exhaust gas velocity and spooling the turbo faster, virtually eliminating turbo lag. At high RPMs, the vanes open up, allowing for maximum airflow and top-end power. This results in a linear, responsive power delivery that makes the truck feel much lighter than its 8,000-pound curb weight. The fuel system is a high-pressure common rail design. It operates at pressures exceeding 29,000 pounds per square inch. To put that in perspective, the water pressure in a fire hose is about 300 psi. This extreme pressure atomizes the diesel fuel into a microscopic mist, allowing it to mix perfectly with the compressed air in the cylinders. This results in complete combustion, which means more power, better fuel economy, and lower emissions. The engine is paired with a diesel exhaust fluid system, which injects urea into the exhaust stream to neutralize harmful NOx emissions, making this engine compliant with the strictest emissions regulations in the world. The engine block is made of high-strength cast iron, with a forged steel crankshaft and connecting rods. The pistons are cooled by oil jets that spray lubricant onto the underside of the piston crowns, dissipating heat and ensuring long-term durability. This is an engine designed to run for 1,000,000 miles. It is overbuilt, understressed, and utterly dependable. Of course, a monster engine is useless without the mechanical infrastructure to transmit that power to the ground. The 2027 Ram Power Wagon is equipped with the TorqueFlite HD 8-speed automatic transmission. This is a heavy-duty variant of the renowned ZF8 HP transmission, which is widely regarded as one of the best automatic transmissions in the automotive industry. The transmission features a wide ratio spread, with a low first gear for off-the-line grunt and a tall 8th gear for fuel-efficient highway cruising. The shift logic has been specifically calibrated for the diesel engine's torque curve. It holds gears longer when you are climbing hills, preventing annoying hunting between gears. When you are descending steep grades, it downshifts aggressively to provide engine braking, reducing wear on your service brakes. Behind the transmission sits the Borg-Warner 44-45 transfer case. This is a heavy-duty, electronically controlled, part-time four-wheel drive system. In normal driving conditions, the truck operates in rear-wheel drive to save fuel. When you need traction, you can shift the transfer case into 4-high, which locks the front and rear driveshafts together, distributing power equally to all four wheels. For extreme crawling, you have 4-low, which engages a 2.64:1 gear reduction. This multiplies the engine's torque by nearly 3 times, allowing you to crawl at fractions of a mile per hour while still delivering that massive 1,075 pound-feet to the wheels. The new 3.42 rear axle ratio is a departure from previous models. It has been specifically chosen to balance the diesel's high torque output with highway drivability. A 3.42 ratio is taller than the 4.10 ratio found in some off-road vehicles, meaning it provides lower RPMs at highway speeds, improving fuel economy and reducing engine noise. However, because the diesel produces so much torque at such low RPMs, the truck doesn't suffer from sluggish acceleration. It's a perfect balance. The axles themselves are massive. The front axle is a Dana 60, while the rear is a Dana 80. These are the same axles used in commercial work trucks. They feature large ring gears, heavy-duty differential housings, and thick axle shafts designed to withstand the immense torque without twisting or breaking. The axles are also the foundation for the electronic locking differentials, which are controlled by a simple switch on the dashboard. Now, we enter the soul of the Power Wagon. The hardware that makes this truck the undisputed king of the off-road world. Let's start with the electronic locking differentials. In a standard vehicle, when one wheel loses traction, the differential sends power to the path of least resistance. That wheel spins uselessly in the air, and the vehicle goes nowhere. A locking differential mechanically binds the two wheels on an axle together, forcing them to spin at the same speed. If one wheel is in the air, the other wheel still receives power, driving the vehicle forward. The Power Wagon features lockers in both the front and the rear. Most off-road trucks only have a rear locker. Having a front locker gives you twice the traction. It allows you to pull yourself over obstacles rather than being pushed. You can lock the rear axle independently for most rock crawling situations. But when you are facing an extreme obstacle, like a vertical rock face or a deep mud pit, you lock the front axle as well. The steering becomes heavy, but the truck becomes an unstoppable tractor, clawing its way over anything in its path. Next, we have the class-exclusive electronic disconnecting front sway bar. A sway bar is a torsion spring that connects the left and right sides of the suspension. Its job is to resist body roll during cornering, keeping the truck stable on the highway. However, when you are off-road, a stiff sway bar restricts wheel articulation. When one wheel goes up a rock, the sway bar fights the suspension, lifting the opposite wheel off the ground. This reduces traction. The Power Wagon sway bar is split in the middle, with an electronically controlled actuator. When you press the button on the dashboard, the actuator disconnects the two halves of the sway bar. The left and right front wheels are now free to move independently. The suspension can droop to its full travel, keeping all four tires glued to the ground, even on the most uneven terrain. It is a dramatic transformation that you can literally see from the outside, as the truck settles over rocks, maintaining perfect contact. The suspension geometry itself is a work of engineering art. Up front, the Power Wagon uses a 3-link coil spring design. This provides excellent roll stiffness and steering precision while allowing massive axle articulation. In the rear, it uses a 5-link coil spring setup. The 5 links position the axle precisely, allowing it to articulate while maintaining proper pinion angle, which is crucial for drive shaft longevity. The shocks are Bilstein 46mm monotube units. They are gas-charged and feature a large piston diameter, which provides consistent damping performance even when the shocks are worked hard in off-road conditions. They are tuned to be comfortable on the highway but firm enough to prevent the truck from wallowing over whoops and dips. Underneath the body, you will find a comprehensive armor package. The diesel exhaust fluid tank is shielded by a thick steel skid plate. The fuel tank is similarly protected. The transfer case sits behind a massive crossmember and skid plate. And the front differential is guarded by a heavy-gauge steel cover. This truck is built to slide over rocks without leaving its vital organs exposed. All of that hardware is impressive, but it would be useless if the truck couldn't physically fit over the obstacles. Ground clearance and approach angles are just as critical as locking differentials. The 2027 Ram Power Wagon sits on 34-inch all-terrain tires. This gives it an incredible 13.2 inches of ground clearance. That is measured at the lowest point of the chassis, typically the front or rear differential. 13.2 inches is enough to clear most boulders and logs without damaging the undercarriage. But ground clearance is only half the story. You also need to consider the approach angle, breakover angle, and departure angle. The approach angle is the maximum slope you can climb without the front bumper scraping the ground. The Power Wagon boasts a 26.1-degree approach angle. The breakover angle is the angle at which you can crest a hill without getting high-centered, where the chassis bottoms out. It is 20.6 degrees. And the departure angle, which is the angle you can descend without dragging the rear bumper, is 26.0 degrees. These are class-leading numbers. To put them in perspective, the Ford F-150 Raptor has a 33-degree approach angle, but it is a lighter truck with a much shorter nose. Among heavy-duty trucks, the Power Wagon is the king. The diesel engine's weight changed the center of gravity slightly, but Ram's engineers adjusted the front spring rates and ride heights to ensure that the angles were not compromised. The truck is still a mountain goat. The 34-inch tires are mounted on 20-inch satin black wheels with a machined accent. The wheel offset has been carefully calculated to ensure the tires don't rub the sway bar or the fenders during maximum articulation. The tires themselves are Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax, featuring a tread pattern that provides excellent grip in mud, snow, sand, and rocks, while remaining relatively quiet on the pavement. Let us now step back and appreciate the visual presence of the 2027 Ram Power Wagon. The design team at Ram has managed to strike a perfect balance between aggression and refinement. This is a truck that looks just as comfortable parked outside a 5-star hotel as it does sitting on a rocky ridge. The front fascia is dominated by the massive Ram grille. It is not just a styling exercise, it is functional. The grille features large, open sections that allow massive amounts of air to flow through to the radiator and intercooler. This was critical for the diesel engine. The grille is framed by LED headlights with a distinctive daytime running light signature. The headlights are equipped with adaptive beam technology, meaning they adjust their pattern based on steering angle and vehicle speed, illuminating the dark corners of the trail. The hood is a sport performance design featuring a functional central air intake. This scoop channels cool air directly into the engine's air box, reducing intake air temperatures and improving combustion efficiency. It also features heat extractor vents on the sides, which allow hot air from the engine bay to escape, further reducing underhood temperatures. Moving along the side, the profile is characterized by broad, muscular shoulders. The wheel arches are massive, designed to accommodate the 34-inch tires without the need for aftermarket fender flares. The doors feature satin black rock rails, which are sacrificial bars that protect the lower body panels from trail damage. The bed measures 6 feet 4 inches. It features a spray-in bed liner, cargo tie-downs, and LED lighting. The tailgate is damped, meaning it opens smoothly and doesn't slam down. It also features the Ram multifunction tailgate, which can be opened as a traditional tailgate or split open like barn doors, providing easy access to the bed. The badging is subtle but distinct. The Cummins emblems are finished in satin black, providing a stealthy, premium look. The Power Wagon graphics on the bedside are classic, paying homage to the original 1945 model while looking forward. The color options for 2027 are extensive. You can choose from standard colors like bright white and granite crystal metallic. But for the bold, there is Hydro Blue Pearl Coat, a vibrant blue that pops in the sunlight. There is also Delmonico Red Pearl Coat and the deep, sinister Diamond Black Crystal. The roof is available in a contrasting black for a two-tone effect, giving the truck a modern, premium appearance. Slip inside the cabin of the 2027 Power Wagon, and you might forget you are sitting in a heavy-duty truck that can tow 20,000 pounds. Ram has gone to great lengths to make the interior a premium sanctuary, using high-quality materials and cutting-edge technology. The seats are available in leather-trimmed upholstery with heating and ventilation. The perforated leather allows air to flow through the seats, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. The front seats are 10-way power adjustable, with power lumbar support and memory settings. The bolsters are designed to keep you firmly in place, whether you are carving canyons or crawling over rocks. The rear seats are equally impressive. The crew cab configuration provides class-leading legroom. A 6-foot passenger can sit behind a 6-foot driver and still have knee room to spare. The rear seat backs recline slightly, providing additional comfort on long road trips. The rear seats also fold down to reveal a flat load floor, allowing you to store large items securely within the cabin. The dashboard is wrapped in soft-touch materials with contrast stitching. Real metal accents, rather than cheap plastic chrome, frame the vents and controls. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather and is heated, making winter driving much more pleasant. The gear selector is a rotary dial mounted on the dashboard, which frees up space in the center console. The center console is a massive storage bin, capable of swallowing a laptop, a camera bag, or a large handbag. There are multiple USB-A and USB-C ports throughout the cabin, as well as a wireless charging pad for your smartphone. The cup holders are large enough to hold a thermos or a large coffee mug. Noise insulation has been significantly improved. The cabin features acoustic glass in the front doors and a thick carpet underlayment. The engineers have also added active noise cancellation, which uses the audio system to emit counter-frequency waves that cancel out low-frequency drone from the diesel engine. The result is a cabin that is exceptionally quiet, allowing for easy conversations at highway speeds. The technological centerpiece of the 2027 Power Wagon is the Uconnect 5 infotainment system, displayed on a massive 14.5-inch touchscreen. This is one of the largest screens in the heavy-duty pickup segment, and it is crisp, responsive, and intuitive. Uconnect 5 is powered by a high-speed processor that allows for quick boot times and seamless multitasking. The interface is customizable, allowing you to drag and drop widgets to create a home screen that matches your preferences. You can have navigation maps, audio controls, and vehicle data all visible simultaneously. The navigation system is integrated with off-road trail maps. It includes trail ratings, difficulty levels, and user-submitted waypoints. This is incredibly useful for overlanders and rock crawlers. You can plan your route, mark your campsite, and track your progress, all without needing a separate GPS device. The system also features off-road pages, a dedicated suite of gauges and data readouts that are essential for serious off-roading. You can see your pitch angle, the degree of incline or decline, your roll angle, the side-to-side tilt, and even your axle articulation. It also displays your coolant temperature, transmission temperature, and oil pressure, ensuring you can monitor the health of your engine in extreme conditions. For the passenger, there is an optional 12-inch display integrated into the dashboard. This allows the passenger to manage navigation, select music, or watch video content, with audio through headphones, without distracting the driver. It is a premium touch that makes long road trips more enjoyable. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. The system pairs seamlessly with your smartphone, allowing you to access your apps, messages, and music wirelessly. You can also connect multiple phones at once, allowing passengers to take turns playing DJ. The audio system is a 17-speaker Harman Kardon premium setup. It features a dedicated subwoofer, multiple tweeters, and a 900-watt amplifier. The soundstage is wide, the bass is deep, and the clarity is exceptional. It transforms the cabin into a concert hall, making the long commute home feel like a premium experience. For the first time in Power Wagon history, the 2027 model is not just an off-road toy, it is a legitimate heavy-duty workhorse. The diesel torque transforms the towing experience from acceptable to exceptional. The 2027 Power Wagon has a maximum towing capacity of just under 20,000 pounds when properly equipped. 20,000 pounds. That is enough to pull a large fifth-wheel camper, a mid-sized boat, a car hauler with 3 vehicles, or a heavy construction trailer loaded with equipment. The engine provides the grunt, the frame provides the rigidity, and the suspension provides the stability. To support this capability, Ram has introduced several towing-specific features. First, the Power Wagon now offers fifth-wheel and gooseneck towing preparation. This includes a factory-installed puck system in the bed floor, which allows you to install a fifth-wheel hitch without drilling holes in the bed. It also includes integrated trailer brake controls that are calibrated to work seamlessly with the truck's anti-lock braking system. Second, an available automatic leveling rear air suspension is offered. This is revolutionary for the Power Wagon. When you hook up a heavy trailer, the rear of the truck naturally sags, which affects steering, braking, and headlight aim. The air suspension uses an onboard compressor to pump up the rear air springs, raising the back of the truck back to its normal ride height. This ensures that your headlights are pointing at the road rather than at the trees, and it maintains proper weight distribution across the axles. Third, the truck features a 360-degree surround view camera system with trailer reverse guidance. When you are backing up a trailer, the camera provides a bird's-eye view of the truck and the trailer's alignment. The system can even display colored lines that predict the path of the trailer based on your steering angle, making it much easier to back into tight campsites or loading docks. The payload capacity approaches 3,000 pounds. This means you can load the bed with heavy materials like gravel, concrete blocks, or a slide-in camper, and the truck will handle it without straining. The chassis is reinforced, and the springs are rated to handle the weight. The 31-gallon fuel tank is complemented by the diesel's superior efficiency. Ram estimates a highway range of over 600 miles on a single tank. This is a game-changer for long-distance towing. You can drive from Los Angeles to San Francisco and back without needing to refuel, even while towing a trailer. Let's dive deeper into the economics of the diesel engine. The 6.4-liter Hemi V8, for all its charm, is a thirsty engine. In real-world driving, especially when loaded or towing, you are lucky to see 12 miles per gallon. With a 31-gallon tank, that gives you a range of about 372 miles. That is fine for commuting, but it is limiting for off-road exploration or cross-country trips. The 6.7-liter Cummins diesel changes the equation. Ram's official estimates for the diesel power wagon are 18 miles per gallon on the highway and 14 miles per gallon in the city. Combined with the 31-gallon tank, this translates to a highway range of over 550 miles, and under ideal conditions, over 600 miles. But the savings go beyond just fuel economy. Diesel engines are more thermally efficient than gasoline engines. They extract more energy from each drop of fuel. While diesel fuel is typically more expensive than gasoline per gallon, the increased efficiency often results in a lower cost per mile. For example, if you drive 15,000 miles per year, the diesel power wagon will consume approximately 833 gallons of fuel. The Hemi power wagon would consume approximately 1,250 gallons. The difference is over 400 gallons per year. Even accounting for the higher price of diesel, you are likely saving hundreds of dollars annually in fuel costs. Furthermore, diesel engines are renowned for their longevity. While a gas engine might be considered high mileage at 150,000 miles, a Cummins diesel is just getting broken in. With proper maintenance, these engines routinely exceed 500,000 miles, and many have been documented reaching 1,000,000 miles. This means the 2027 Power Wagon Diesel is an investment that can last a lifetime. The DEF, diesel exhaust fluid, system is a minor consideration. DEF is required to neutralize NOx emissions. The truck has a 5.3-gallon DEF tank, which typically lasts for several thousand miles. DEF is relatively inexpensive and readily available at most truck stops and auto parts stores. The system is fully automated, requiring no user intervention beyond refilling the tank when the dashboard warning light illuminates. The 2027 Ram Power Wagon does not exist in a vacuum. It competes in a highly competitive segment against some of the most capable trucks in the world. Let's examine how it stacks up. The primary competitor is the Ford Super Duty, specifically the F-250 and F-350 Tremor package. Ford offers the 6.7-liter Power Stroke diesel, which produces 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. On paper, the Ford beats the Power Wagon in horsepower and torque. However, the Tremor package does not offer the same level of off-road hardware. The Ford has a rear locker, but it does not have a front locker. It has a suspension designed for load carrying, not articulation. The Tremor is an excellent truck, and it wins in the towing capacity department, but it is not a dedicated rock crawler. The second competitor is the General Motors lineup, the Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD ZR2 and the GMC Sierra 2500 HD at 4X. These trucks feature the 6.6-liter Duramax diesel, producing 470 horsepower and 975 pound-feet of torque. The ZR2 and at 4X feature GM's excellent Multimatic DSSV spool valve shocks, which provide incredible damping. They also feature front and rear locking differentials. However, they lack a disconnecting sway bar, which limits their suspension articulation compared to the Power Wagon. They are formidable, but they are not the king of the hill. The third competitor is arguably the Toyota Tundra. While the Tundra is a half-ton truck and not a direct competitor in terms of towing, the new Tundra TRD Pro features a hybrid V6 and advanced off-road technology. However, it simply does not have the payload or towing capacity of the heavy-duty Power Wagon. The Power Wagon's unique selling proposition is its combination of heavy-duty capability and extreme off-road technology. It is the only truck in its class that offers front and rear lockers, a sway bar disconnect, and nearly 20,000 pounds of towing capacity. It occupies a niche that is entirely its own. If you need to tow a heavy trailer and also want to crawl over rocks, there is literally no other truck that offers this specific combination. We must now dedicate a significant portion of our analysis to the most controversial aspect of the 2027 Power Wagon, the deletion of the factory-worn winch. For 2 decades, the winch was a signature feature. It was prominently displayed on the front bumper, acting as both a functional tool and a visual badge of capability. However, the physics of packaging a massive diesel engine left Ram with no choice. The intercooler and radiator require unobstructed airflow to dissipate the immense heat generated by the turbocharged diesel. The winch sits directly in front of these cooling components. Running the winch in a diesel Power Wagon would have caused overheating, especially during high-load scenarios like towing in the summer or crawling at slow speeds. Ram explored several compromises. One proposal was to move the winch to a location behind the front bumper, recessed into the frame. This would have required modifying the airbag deployment sensors and the crash structure, which is not only expensive but also compromises safety. Another proposal was to use an even larger electric fan setup to pull air through the radiator, but this would have put a massive strain on the electrical system. Ultimately, Ram made the decision to prioritize the diesel engine and delete the winch. This was a courageous decision, as the company knew it would anger a vocal segment of their fan base. However, the reality is that the average Power Wagon owner rarely, if ever, uses the winch. It is heavy, adding over 100 pounds to the front axle, which affects steering and ride quality. It also requires regular maintenance, including lubricating the cable and checking the electrical connections. For those who absolutely need a winch, the aftermarket has stepped up. Several companies manufacture winch mounts that can be installed in the front bumper of the diesel Power Wagon, often integrated with the grille guard or placed on a hidden mount behind the license plate. Additionally, the most experienced off-roaders often prefer portable winches that can be attached to either the front or rear of the vehicle, or even moved to another vehicle. These portable winches are lighter and more versatile. Ram has also suggested that future models might offer a factory-installed winch option for the diesel if the cooling system technology improves. But for 2027, the winch is a feature of the past. The trade-off, however, is monumental. You get 1,075 pound-feet of torque. In the off-road community, it seems the consensus is that the torque is worth the sacrifice. Let's discuss the financial commitment required to park a 2027 Ram Power Wagon Diesel in your driveway. The starting MSRP for the diesel model is $88,470. This includes the destination charge and standard equipment. The gas-powered Hemi model starts approximately $4,500 cheaper, but the diesel is the engine most buyers will want. However, the $88,470 is just the starting point. The diesel engine itself is a $12,995 option over the base price of the truck. This is a substantial upcharge, but it is consistent with the pricing of diesel options in other heavy-duty trucks. To truly appreciate the 2027 Power Wagon, you will want to option the Level 2 equipment group. This package costs $8,545 and includes premium features like heated and ventilated leather seats, the larger 14.5-inch Uconnect screen, the 17-speaker Harman Kardon audio system, the surround view camera, and the trailer reverse guidance system. If you add the automatic leveling rear air suspension, which is a $1,805 option, and a panoramic sunroof, which is $1,295, the price quickly climbs. Other options include the bed utility group, which includes the cargo divider and bed step, for $845. There is also the Night Edition package, which blackens out the badges and grille, for $3,195. Fully loaded, the 2027 Ram Power Wagon Diesel can easily exceed $105,000. This places it in the territory of luxury SUVs and high-end sports cars. The question is it worth it? The answer depends on your use case. If you are a weekend off-roader who occasionally tows a boat, the Hemi might be sufficient. But if you are a serious overlander who spends weeks in the wilderness, or a contractor who needs to tow heavy loads across rough terrain, the diesel is a necessity. The value proposition is not just about the purchase price, it is about the capability, the durability, and the resale value. Diesel trucks historically hold their value much better than gasoline trucks. After 5 years, a diesel power wagon is likely to be worth significantly more than its gas counterpart. Furthermore, the total cost of ownership should be considered. The diesel's superior fuel economy and longer lifespan offset the higher initial purchase price. Over 100,000 miles, the fuel savings alone could approach $5,000. The resale value advantage could add another $5,000 to $10,000. When you look at the big picture, the diesel is the smarter financial decision. Owning a diesel engine requires a slightly different maintenance philosophy than a gas engine. However, the 6.7-liter Cummins is famously reliable, and with proper care, it will outlast the chassis it sits in. The oil change interval is recommended at 15,000 miles under normal driving conditions. The engine uses a massive oil filter and holds a significant amount of oil, typically around 12 quarts. Regular oil changes with a high-quality synthetic diesel oil are crucial for lubricating the turbocharger and the heavy-duty bearings. The fuel filter should be replaced every 15,000 to 20,000 miles. Diesel fuel can contain water and contaminants, and the fuel filter traps these impurities. A clogged fuel filter can cause a loss of power and damage the high-pressure fuel pump. The diesel exhaust fluid, DEF, tank should be topped off regularly. The truck has a gauge on the dashboard that shows the DEF level. Running out of DEF will prevent the engine from starting, as it is required for emissions compliance. DEF is inexpensive and widely available. The cooling system is critical for the diesel. The coolant should be flushed and replaced according to the manufacturer's schedule. The intercooler and radiator should be inspected regularly for debris, such as leaves or mud, which can block airflow and cause overheating. The brakes are designed to handle the extra weight of the diesel engine. The rotors are larger and the calipers are more robust. Brake pads should be inspected every 10,000 miles, especially if you frequently tow heavy loads. The transmission fluid in the TorqueFlite HD 8-speed is designed to last for the life of the vehicle under normal driving conditions. However, for severe service, such as frequent towing or off-roading, the fluid should be changed every 60,000 miles. Overall, the maintenance costs are higher than a gas engine, but the extended service intervals and the legendary reliability of the Cummins engine mean you will spend less time in the repair shop and more time on the road. One of the biggest misconceptions about heavy-duty diesel trucks is that they are miserable to drive on a daily basis. The assumption is that they are loud, rough, and unwieldy. The 2027 Ram Power Wagon Diesel shatters that stereotype. On the highway, the Power Wagon is remarkably refined. The inline-6 engine is inherently smooth, and the 8-speed transmission keeps the RPMs low at cruising speed. At 65 miles per hour, the tachometer is sitting just above 1,500 revolutions per minute. The engine is barely audible, and the cabin is quiet enough to have a conversation without raising your voice. The suspension, with its Bilstein shocks, is well damped. It soaks up highway expansion joints and potholes without transmitting harshness into the cabin. It is not as plush as a luxury sedan, but it is far more comfortable than the leaf spring trucks of yesteryear. The steering is hydraulic, which provides a natural, weighted feel. It is not overly light, but it is not heavy enough to be fatiguing. The truck tracks straight on the highway, requiring minimal corrections to keep it in its lane. In the city, the Power Wagon is surprisingly maneuverable. The 8-speed transmission has a low first gear, which makes stop-and-go traffic effortless. The engine has so much torque that you barely need to press the accelerator to get moving. The brakes are powerful and progressive, providing good stopping power even with the vehicle's substantial mass. Parking can be a challenge due to the truck's dimensions. The long wheelbase and wide track make it difficult to fit into tight parking spots. However, the surround view camera system makes parking much easier. The camera provides a bird's-eye view that allows you to see the lines and avoid obstacles. The rear parking sensors provide audible alerts when you get too close to an object. The ride quality is slightly firmer in the diesel model compared to the gas model due to the extra weight. However, Ram's engineers tuned the spring rates to ensure that the ride remains compliant. You feel the weight, but it is not punishing. Overall, the Power Wagon Diesel is a perfectly acceptable daily driver. It is not the most practical vehicle for city dwellers, but for suburban or rural drivers, it is an absolute joy. It offers a commanding view of the road, a sense of security, and an immense amount of capability. Overlanding is the fastest-growing segment of the off-road community. Overlanding is not just about rock crawling, it is about self-sufficient travel, often for days or weeks at a time, through remote terrain. It requires a vehicle that is reliable, has a long range, and can carry a significant amount of gear. The 2027 Ram Power Wagon Diesel is an overlander's dream. The 600-mile range is a game-changer. You can venture into the backcountry without the constant anxiety of running out of fuel. You can explore off-grid trails and still have enough range to return to civilization. The payload capacity is also critical for overlanding. Overlanders carry rooftop tents, awnings, refrigerators, water tanks, and recovery gear. All of this equipment adds weight. The Power Wagon's 3,000-pound payload capacity provides a massive safety margin, ensuring that you can carry all your gear without exceeding the truck's limits. The interior comfort is essential for long journeys. The heated and ventilated seats, the premium audio system, and the quiet cabin make long drives enjoyable. The Uconnect 5 system with off-road navigation allows you to explore unmarked trails without getting lost. The truck is also highly customizable. The bed can be fitted with a decked drawer system, a slide-out kitchen, or a roof rack. The rock rails and skid plates protect the truck from trail damage. And the locking differentials ensure that you can tackle any obstacle you encounter. Ram has even considered the overlander in the design of the exhaust system. The diesel engine features a quiet exhaust note that does not disrupt the peace of the wilderness. The truck also features an eco mode that optimizes fuel consumption for long-distance cruising. The 2027 Ram Power Wagon Diesel represents a turning point for the nameplate. It demonstrates that Ram is willing to listen to its customers and make bold, potentially controversial decisions to deliver the truck that the community truly wants. But what does the future hold? The automotive industry is rapidly electrifying. Governments around the world are tightening emissions regulations. Will the diesel Power Wagon be the last of its kind? It is possible. But it is equally possible that Ram will electrify the Power Wagon in the future, perhaps with a hybrid powertrain or even a fully electric off-road truck. Ram has already demonstrated its commitment to electrification with the Ram 1500 REV, an all-electric pickup truck with impressive specs. A future Power Wagon EV could feature quad-motor all-wheel drive, instant torque, and an adjustable air suspension. It could be even more capable than the diesel model, with zero emissions and lower operating costs. However, for the foreseeable future, the diesel Power Wagon is the king. The infrastructure for electric vehicles is still developing, especially in remote areas where overlanders and off-roaders like to travel. The diesel engine provides unmatched range and refueling flexibility. You can fill up a diesel truck in any small town, anywhere in North America. The 2027 Power Wagon also serves as a tribute to the internal combustion engine. It is the pinnacle of a century of development, representing the ultimate expression of what a diesel pickup can be. It is a celebration of brute force, mechanical simplicity, and American engineering prowess. The 2027 Ram Power Wagon Diesel is not a truck for everyone. In fact, for most people, it is absolute overkill. But for a specific group of buyers, it is the only truck that makes sense. The first target audience is the serious off-road enthusiast. This is the person who spends weekends exploring Jeep trails, participates in off-road competitions, or simply loves the challenge of extreme terrain. They need the locking differentials, the articulation, and the skid plates. They have likely modified previous trucks and know exactly what they want. The Power Wagon delivers it straight from the factory. The second target audience is the overlander. This is the person who travels for weeks, crossing remote borders, sleeping in rooftop tents, and cooking over campfires. They need reliability, range, and space. The diesel's efficiency and the crew cab's comfort make it the ultimate overlanding rig. The third target audience is the heavy hauler. This is the contractor, the farmer, or the rancher who needs to tow heavy loads across rough terrain. They need the towing capacity, the payload, and the durability. The Power Wagon can handle the muddy job sites and the unpaved roads where other trucks would get stuck. The fourth target audience is the enthusiast who simply wants the best. This is the person who appreciates engineering excellence and wants to own a piece of automotive history. They may not use the truck to its full potential, but they enjoy the knowledge that they have the most capable heavy-duty off-road truck on the market. The Power Wagon is not for the person who just wants to commute or haul groceries. It is heavy, thirsty, even for a diesel, and expensive. But for the right buyer, it is an indispensable tool and a source of endless pride. We have spent a considerable amount of time dissecting every aspect of the 2027 Ram Power Wagon Diesel. We have traced its lineage back to the battlefields of World War II. We have explored the engineering compromises that led to the deletion of the winch. We have analyzed the immense power of the 6.7-liter Cummins engine. We have marveled at the off-road hardware, the premium interior, and the cutting-edge technology. So, what is the final verdict? The 2027 Ram Power Wagon Diesel is a triumph. It is the truck that Power Wagon fans have been demanding for 2 decades. It delivers on the promise of diesel torque, extended range, and unmatched off-road capability. It bridges the gap between a brutal work truck and a weekend rock crawler like no other vehicle on the market. Yes, it is expensive. Yes, it is heavy. Yes, it is overkill for most daily driving scenarios. But for the overlander traversing the remote trails of the Alaskan wilderness, for the contractor hauling heavy equipment across muddy job sites, and for the off-road enthusiast who demands the absolute best, the Power Wagon is the holy grail. The Cummins diesel transforms the driving experience. The torque is simply addictive. The range is liberating. The capability is confidence-inspiring. You can point this truck at a mountain, and it will climb it. You can hitch it to a house, and it will pull it. You can drive it for 600 miles, and you will still have fuel in the tank. Ram has made a bold statement with the 2027 Power Wagon. They have shown that they are willing to listen to their customers, even if it means sacrificing a beloved feature like the winch. They have proven that the heavy-duty truck segment is still capable of innovation and excitement. The 2027 Ram Power Wagon Diesel is more than just a truck. It is a statement. It is a commitment to capability. It is the ultimate fusion of American engineering, heritage, and brute force. It proves that you don't have to compromise. You can have your torque and eat the dirt too. This is the diesel revolution that the off-road world has been waiting for. This is the 2027 Ram Power Wagon. And it is absolutely, unequivocally, the king of the hill. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. This has been a DriveTime production. Keep your eyes on the horizon, and keep driving.